Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and today we're talking on a subject that's sometimes given serious thought, sometimes um, ridiculed, and it can often divide people. I'm, of course, talking about UFOs, unidentified flying objects, or as they are now known by the U.S. government, UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena. Um, with recent footage and more people speaking out, it is becoming, even with the government acknowledging, yes, there was something we saw. We have to acknowledge that there is a good chance there is something coming and visiting the earth. Now, a quick thought here is the universe itself is immense. I mean, you're talking trillions on trillions of stars. Each of those stars have a potential to be at the center of a solar system with planets. And then with those that do, there's a chance that there might be inhabitable planets. Yes, some of these planets might just be microbial life, but that's still life on other planets, which leads to the thought that given all these potentialities of star systems, uh, solar systems, star clusters, and galaxies and everything, it's there's just a numerical likelihood of life being out there. With that said, we have a huge history of events like with the recent military videos that were code fast, Nimitz, Go Fast, and Gimbal. Yes, they are at a distance. They are hard to make out, but they do not fit most of what we have that we know of as far as earthly craft, uh, that we know of as earthly animals. So it raises a whole lot of questions as just pure, what is it? What have we caught in these images, in these videos? You top this with the fact that there have been UFO sightings throughout history. Um, for example, one of the oldest known moments comes from 1440 BCE in Egypt. And according to the disputed Tolli papyrus, the scribes of Tutmos III reported that fiery discs were encountered floating over the skies. Though it is still unclear as if there is any validity to the Tolli papyrus. But even beyond that, 218 BCE in the Roman Republic, Livy records a number of portents in the winter of the year, including Navium Specium de Caelo ad Fulcice, or phantom ships, had been seen gleaming in the sky. 76 BCE. In the Roman Republic, according to Pliny the Elder, a spark fell from a star and grew as it descended until it appeared to be the size of the moon, and then ascended back up into the heavens and was transformed into a light. 74 BCE, also in the Roman Republic, according to Plutarch, a Roman army commanded by Lucullus was about to begin battle with Mithridates the Sixth of Pontus, when all of a sudden the sky burst asunder and a huge flame-like body was seen to fall between the two armies. In shape, it was most like a wine jar, and in color like molten silver. Plutarch reports the shape of the object as like a wine jar. The apparently silvery object was reported by both armies. And then on this side of the timeline, 196 AD or CE, in the Roman Empire, historian Cassius Dio described a fine rain resembling silver descended from a clear sky upon the form of Augustus. He used some of the material to plate some of his bronze coins, but by the fourth day afterwards the silvery coating was gone. But even if you have trouble believing those of antiquity, you can go back to the 16th and 17th centuries. In the Holy Roman Empire, in modern-day Nuremberg, Germany, in 1561, residents of Nuremberg saw what they described as an aerial battle, followed by the appearance appearance of a large black triangular object, and then a large crash outside of the city. The broadsheet claims that witnesses observed hundreds of spheres, cylinders, and other odd-shaped objects that moved erratically overhead. I believe Nuremberg. Oh, if I can hit the keys right anymore. Sightings. I believe there was a painting of the celestial phenomenon over Nuremberg. There's an actual woodcut that is meant to show that that event. Yeah, in the woodcut, you see a number of spheres, the sun, a large black arrowhead, or I guess you could say triangular object in the sky, and on the ground you see the spheres having hit the ground and smoke rising in the air. So this is an event that was seen by several. But yeah, now all these reportings I'm just getting straight off Wikipedia here. 1566 in modern day Basel, Switzerland. A broadsheet published in 1566 depicted numerous spherical objects appearing out of the sun. This event is depicted in a 16th century woodcut by Samuel Cocius, I guess, and Samuel Apiarus. But yeah, again, we see these spheres. This is literally just 5 years after the events in the Holy Roman Empire, or modern day Germany. 1609. We have a sighting in the Gangwon province in modern Korea. On September the 22nd, 1609, multiple witnesses reported seeing UFO in Goseong, Hwonju, Gangneung, at 9 to 11 a.m. in Checheon County, at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., Yangyang County at 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. And it said it looked like a halo or a washbow and was divided into two. So yeah, this was seen over multiple counties in Korea. And these were reported as records during the Joseon dynasty in Korea. And then 1668 in present day Slovakia, We get the first mention of UFOs in Slovakia from the Evlaka Town's Chronicles, where the chronicler described a silver lizard flying in the sky. But yeah, these go on. You have the 19th century, which is the 1800s, and then you get into the 20th century from 1900 on, where we see a lot more sightings. This is just to show that there has been a huge history of sightings of something in the skies for a long time. In the I want to say 50s. Anyway, about 50s, 60s, there was an attempt to look into these UFOs, developed called Project Blue Book. That was the U.S. government's attempt to uh, list what they thought these sightings from the 1940s, 50s, and 60s were. One of the most famous of which is the Roswell incident. But yeah, I'll go ahead and include a link to uh, Project Blue Book in the description below the video. As a matter of fact, put all these links in the description below the video. But yeah, there is, with the understanding of pure numbers, with all these sightings, it is something that has to be given validity. But it's just something I kind of wanted to talk about. As always, educate thyself, think, read, study, learn. Someone tries to tell you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources. I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, later.